Hey there, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be telling you all about Date Me Bryson Keller by Kevin Van Wy. Stick around if you're on the fence about reading this book and you want a little bit of insight of whether or not this is the right fit for you. This is part of a series that I'll be doing called Quick Queer Book Reviews. With this series, I'm going to be giving you the basic snapshot of each book. So think like synopsis, basic characters, basic plot elements, and then also give you a little bit of why this book is significant for a queer audience. Also be giving you who this book is for and who this book might not be for. So if you're ready to learn about Date Me Bryson Keller, let's get started. Date Me Bryson Keller centers around Kai Sheridan, who is an awkward, slightly dorky, kind of quiet type. This is in stark contrast to Bryson Keller, who is the title character and also is someone who is this very stereotypical golden boy. So think that really hot jock that you always wanted and that never really liked you back. Maybe that was just me. Basically, the premise is simple. Bryson Keller is dared in a high school party to date someone new each week. The reason for this dare is because he basically hasn't dated anyone before. This isn't taken to be, oh, he's definitely gay. This is just more him saying, oh, I'm really busy with my schoolwork. I'm really busy with sports. What's the point of dating in high school anyways? Because we're just going to go to college. I love this book because it was full of a lot of really heartfelt moments. Some of my favorite scenes in the book were these really detailed descriptions of the dates between Bryson and Kai. There's this really lighthearted, sweet innocence about them that I think is sometimes lacking in depiction of gay relationships. We oftentimes have these really heartbreaking, tragic stories, kind of like in Brokeback Mountain, or we have ones that are a lot more like sexually charged. This one was really more focused on this really romantic feeling that I think a lot of times, especially gay kids in high school, don't really get to experience. So it was really kind of cathartic to see such a sweet, innocent depiction and also kind of have this cute ambiguity about whether or not Bryson was fully gay or whether or not he was just playing along. That was something that really kept my interest in the book, is just kind of this playfulness between Kai and Bryson. So if you're looking for something that's really cute and then really playful and more lighthearted, this is a good fit. If you're looking for something that's more serious, more radical, more explicitly queer, this might feel a little bit normative to you. It's not really something where you're going to get a lot of grit. It's more where you're going to get that kind of escapism. If you're looking for something that has a lot of diverse representation outside of the fact that Kai is mixed race, you might not find it here. If you're looking for anything really outside of gay men falling in love, this won't be the book for you either. But if you really like queer stories, you really like cute stories, this is a great recommendation. I read it in audiobook format, which I think is the perfect way to read it because it's not something super serious where you're really going to gain a lot by looking at the words on the page. Instead, you can kind of hear the emotion in the narrator's voice. You can listen to it casually while you're doing chores, on your commute, something like that, where you don't really need to focus too much on it. Again, this is a very lighthearted book. It is not very serious or deep, but it's still valuable and still makes you feel kind of like a teenager in love again. So if you're looking for that feeling of teenage romance, if you're looking to just feel kind of validated by the fact that times are changing and that it's more and more possible that people who are not exactly who we would think to be gay are gay and they feel more comfortable expressing that sexuality, this is also a really good book for you. I love the fact particularly that Bryson really modeled this very positive masculinity. And by that, I mean, he was very traditionally masculine, but instead of beating down Kai or throwing out homophobic slurs, he was actually very protective and really wanted to make sure that Kai wasn't outed before he wanted to be out. And that was, I think, something that is really shocking because I know that if I came out to a jock in high school, my experience probably wouldn't have been the same. But according to a Stonewall UK report, 53% of Gen Z don't identify as exclusively heterosexual. So I think there's a loosening of how rigidly people hold on to their identity and hold on to labels, which I think is a wonderful thing. If I had to give this book a rating of 1 to 5, I'm going to give it a 4. The reason for that is it does make you feel very happy and it is a really feel good read, but it's not something that I think you could keep coming back to. Once you've read it once, you get the story, you've got the feels, and that's about it. Do you have any recommendations for me of what books I should be reading or what books you want me to review? Please feel free to put a comment down below and I'll take a look and see if I can add that to my reading list and create a future video for it. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good day.